For our last example, let's divide a rational expression by a polynomial. So first of all, notice that this polynomial here on the right is 3x squared plus 5x. So what does this look like if we're thinking about fractions? So remember that it's always over 1, right? Anything that doesn't, have anything underneath it is the numerator. So just kind of remember that with multiplying by or dividing by a polynomial. And so what we're going to do is we have to factor everything that we can. So let's first factor this numerator, 6x squared plus x minus 15. Now in this case, a is greater than 1. We cannot divide out a common factor, so this is the x box. And so 6 times negative 15 is negative 90, and what adds to 9? And so this is 10 times 9, and then the 9 has to be negative. So 10 times negative 9 is negative 90. 10 plus a negative 9 is a positive 1. So again, just as a reminder when you're using this method, that whatever the sign is down here, if it's positive, then the larger number is positive. If the number down here is negative, then the larger number is negative. So maybe that helps out if you're still having trouble with that. Now we do the reverse box, so we fill in what we know from this polynomial here. So the first one is 6x squared, and then the bottom right corner is negative 15. Then we fill in our factors from the side here. So this is 10x minus 9x. Now 6x squared, there are two factors for that. That's 1 and 6 and 2 times 3. So we take a look at which one is going to work with what we have. So number one, if we tried 1 and 6, notice that 6 is not a factor of 9 and 10. So therefore, what we have to use is 2 and 3. So it's 2x times 3x. We have to think about placement of each one. So let's start with 2x. 2x should go either on the top or on the left. And so notice that it would have to go on the top because 2 is a factor of 6 and 10. So therefore, it is 2x, and then 3x goes here, and you could double check. 3 is a factor of 6 and 9, so that works out perfectly. Now we finish factoring. So 3 times negative 3 gives us negative 9. 2x times 5 gives us 10x, and negative 3 times 5 is negative 15. So therefore, after all of that, the factor of 6x squared plus x minus 15 is 2x minus 3 times 3x plus 5. The denominator stays the same. Now let's factor this numerator. Now we notice that we can divide out an x. So factor out an x. So let's do it up here. 3x squared plus 5x. Divide each one by an x. So taking the GCF. And so we're left with 3x plus 5. So this is divided by 3x plus 5. And then the x is still in front. And the denominator is 1. So now we're dividing by a rational expression, so we need to flip and multiply. So I'm going to rewrite everything. 2x minus 3 times 3x plus 5 over 4x squared times 1 over x times 3x plus 5. Now we can cancel things out. So 3x plus 5 goes away, and that's it. So now what we're left over with is 2x minus 3 in the numerator, and the denominator is 4x cubed. So remember that you can't cancel that out, right? So you can't cancel it if it's beside each other, only if it's top and bottom. And so you just multiply what's left. And then we talk about our restrictions. So what can x not equal? For sure, you have to name the one that disappears in the denominator. So 3x plus 5. So reminder, when you solve for that, what makes that 0? So 3x plus 5 equals 0. So subtract 5. So 3x equals negative 5, or divide by 3. So x cannot equal 5 over 3. So that's the one you have to name for sure. Well, we should also name this one here. X can also not be 0. So try out this example below. 2x squared plus 3x minus 5 over 6 divided by 2x squared plus 5x. And so for this numerator, you're going to have to use the x box method again. It's very similar to the one above. So trying this out, the numerator factors 2. So over here, what multiplies to negative 10 that adds to 3, that's 5 times negative 2. Fill in the box. And then so x goes on top for mine, and 2x on the right because it's a factor of 2x. And then x times 5 is 5x, and then negative 1 times 5 is negative 5. So these are the factors of this numerator, 2x plus 5 times x minus 1 over 6x. Then I flipped and multiplied. I factored out an x at the same time. So x times 2x plus 5. Then the 2x plus 5 cancels, so we're left with x minus 1 over 6x squared. Then this is the restriction, so 2x plus 5, so what makes that 0? So that is, so remember you take the opposite sign, so negative 5 divided by 2, and that's what makes that 0. Okay, and then also name the 0 as well.